Hello, Lanphier students and families. We wanted to provide you with a remote support resource with a little tutorial that will help guide you while our time during remote learning. This will cover how to log in and access your grades, your attendance, your school email, navigate Canvas, log on to Zoom, and it will go over the daily schedule and expectations. First, I wanted to start with a daily checklist for Lanphier students. This is just a good little visual, and it's also available on the main Lanphier webpage on the left-hand side for things that you can do daily to ensure success. Eat breakfast so you can focus on your learning for the day. Get dressed appropriately so you're ready for your Zoom classes. Check your school email before your first period class. That should be your very first thing you do every day. Respond to any emails that need a response. Delete any emails that you do not need anymore to keep your inbox clean. Make sure you have any supplies in a low distraction work area that you may need for your learning for the day. Be logged onto the computer and in your first hour Canvas course by 8:15 a.m. so you are ready by 8:24 a.m. when the first class starts. Follow your schedule throughout the day, engaging in your Zooms and your independent work, and be on time for your classes. Take your scheduled lunch break away from your work area to give your brain a break. Write down any work that you need to complete, due dates, or important events in a planner or on a calendar. Check your school email by the end of the day. Respond to any emails that need a response. Delete any emails that you do not need anymore to keep your inbox clean. And at the end of the day, when you're done with your work, make sure your device is charging so it's ready for the next day. Clean up your work area when you are done so you can remain organized and focused when remote learning. So the first thing that you need to make sure you know how to do is obviously sign into your Chromebook. Most of us are utilizing district-issued Chromebooks. So what you're going to do is when you go to sign in, you're going to use your school-issued email address and your school-issued password. This is what you use to sign into a lot of things. What if you don't know this? Where do you go to find it? You are going to have to contact the school to get this login information at 217-525-3080. One of our secretaries or one of our administrators can help you with this. When you're checking your school email, you're going to click on each email that is bolded. That indicates that you have not yet read those, and you're going to respond to the ones that need a response. So if this is my email and I see these bolded, I know I have not yet read those. So I need to check those and see if I need to respond to them. If I do not need them, I'm going to go through and I'm going to delete any email that I have read and I do not need to keep so I can keep my inbox clean. Any email that I have read but I need to keep and refer back to, I'm actually going to click the star so I can see that that is an important email that I probably should hang on to. You can see these grade stars here, and then there's a star there. I have clicked that one because that's one I want to save. You can see right there, that's what it would look like if I clicked on the star. So once I've logged in, I want to access Canvas. That is where your attendance is going to be taken and all of your work is going to be filtered through for all of your courses. So you have two different options to access Canvas. One is to go to your Chrome web browser. The Chrome web browser is usually going to be at the bottom on your toolbar and it looks like this. You click on it and it's going to take you to your browser. You can type in this web address right here. And as long as you are logged onto your Google account, which is how you signed onto the Chromebook, then it should take you automatically to your Canvas dashboard. And we'll go over the dashboard in just a moment. You want to bookmark your Canvas so it shows up on your toolbar, and you can just click a button to access Canvas in the future. And then every day you don't have to put in the web address or find it. It's going to be right there and available for you. So how do you bookmark? Let's say that this is Canvas, and I'm on my Canvas page. On my toolbar, I'm going to click the little star. When I click the little star, this will pop up and I can name it. So I could name it Canvas Classes or just Canvas, and then it will say the folder. The folder you want it to be on is the bookmark bar, and you're going to click Done. Okay, once you have added that bookmark, it's going to show up here at the top of your browser, and then you literally will just click it and it will now take you straight to Canvas without having to type in that web address. That's one way to help keep you organized, is to putting it on your bookmark bar. Here's a second option that's probably actually a little bit easier. If you go to your Chrome browser, once again, this is to access Canvas, and you go to our district webpage, which is www.sps186.org, you're going to click on the big Canvas banner that looks like this on the main web page. When you click on that, it's going to pop up and take you to a page that looks like this. You are going to click on this red Canvas login button for students and teachers only. If you're logged in, it should take you straight to your Canvas dashboard of classes. What if you click on Canvas though, and it asks me for a login and password and doesn't take you to your dashboard? You're once again going to input your school issued email address and password. Once again, if you do not know this, please call the school to get this information at 217-525-3080. Okay, so here's a little bit of a Canvas dashboard overview. Once I'm logged into Canvas, how do I navigate it? Okay, so your dashboard's going to look something similar to this. You're going to have this blue strip down the side with different, it's this like your global navigation bar. And then you're going to have a little tile in the middle that should show all your classes, okay? The first thing you need to do is make sure all of your scheduled classes are showing up in your dashboard. So how do you check this? How do you know what your official actual schedule is? So don't just rely on what's in your Canvas. Make sure you actually go to your schedule and check your schedule that all of your actual classes are showing up in Canvas. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the internet and log in at sps186.org, and you're going to go to your cumulative folder and click on the schedule. Okay, so if I go to www.sps186.org, this is going to appear at the top. I'm going to click on that intranet button, and I'm going to then log in. Once again, username and password. This time it's not going to be the full email address. It's just going to be your username. If you need that, once again, call the school. Once you get in, something like this is going to pop up. You're going to click the Schedule tab up here at the top, and it's going to take you something that looks like this, which can look a little overwhelming because you notice over here there's multiple number 5s, and you can only go to 1/5 hour class at a time, right? So you are going to ignore for right now anything that says Q2, Q3, Q4, or semester 2 because we are in quarter 1 currently. So all of those are going to be classes you attend later. So basically your schedule that you're paying attention to now are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This student happens to have a 0 hour as well. A lot of students will not have that. So there's my classes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these classes and make sure on my Canvas dashboard I have a class that I have all of those classes showing up here. If I do not, I need to either email my teacher or contact my assistant principal. Or you can call the school, once again, at that number. Okay, so now that I verify that I have all my classes there, how do I navigate, okay? You have a couple things on this dashboard here that I want to point out. All right, you're going to have some settings over here if you click on your accounts. You have your courses, which is basically that's what your dashboard's looking at here. You have a calendar option, inbox, your history, and you also have this nice little to-do list over here, which is pretty cool because it tells you like what do you have that's coming up that's due or past due. These little megaphones are announcements. That shows you an assignment, so that's kind of cool. You can also see for each class, it's going to have a little red alert if something new has been posted, so that's pretty neat. I want to talk about this feature here, calendar. So I really like this feature to help keep you organized. If you click on that calendar button, it's going to take you to something that looks like this. This is your calendar for all of your courses. You will see you have different color tiles, and you can tell the different colors coordinate with these over here. So I know that this particular green one right here goes with my PE. Okay, I know this red one goes with my science and etc. All right, also notice that some of them are crossed out. That means I completed that task. Some of them are not crossed out, meaning I might still either need to do that or it's something that doesn't necessarily get turned in. But I do want to go through it. Anything not crossed off, I'm going to click on it and double check. When I click on it, it's going to take me straight to that assignment, that announcement, or whatever it may be. The cool thing also is I could just filter out. So if I just want to see algebra, I could click on algebra and then just algebra would pop up on my calendar. Or I click on writing and just my writing would show up on my calendar. So that's pretty cool. Another feature, so notice this is the month. I could also click week and it's only going to show me the week. Or I can click agenda, and I really like the agenda view because when you click agenda view, it looks like this. And it basically shows me for today and the next couple days what is due, and it kind of narrows down what I should focus on. Okay, this is really helpful, especially for those independent learning days. All right, I also wanted to show you this feature over here. There's an inbox feature, which is kind of like an internal email system within Canvas. If you click on inbox and you see one of these like little alerts, you would have like a little number, red circled number up here if you had an alert or a message. Click on that inbox. You can message your teachers by composing. You click on that button here, and then all your teachers' names will automatically pop up, and you could message them through there as well. So you also want to be checking that inbox feature. To-do list over here, like I said, is really nice to also keep you on track. Okay, so what do I do? On Monday's independent learning for every day. What do I do? What's my schedule? Now that I know where to go for Canvas, what do I do? Okay, so let's go over the daily schedule really quickly, okay? On Mondays, every student is considered an independent learning student. So no one is going to have live Zooms on Mondays. Everyone is working independently, but it is an attendance day. So you have to be on Canvas. You have to be logging in to be counted as present, or you will be counted absent. So we'll talk about that expectation in a moment. We have two types of days. We have asynchronous days and synchronous days. Asynchronous basically means that you're on your own. You're independently learning. And synchronous days is with your teacher or live Zoom lessons, okay? I'm going to use live and independent for those words. If I am a student and my last name ends with A through K, I am considered an A-day student. If I am a student and my last name ends with L through Z, I'm a B-day student. Okay, so we're first going to go through the A-day student schedule. Okay, so last name's A through K. Once again, Monday, you're independent learning. Tuesday, you are going to be in class, meeting with your teachers on Zoom all day. Okay, you're going to go through your schedule following this time schedule down here that I'm going to cover in a moment. Wednesdays, I am now asynchronous or independent learning. Okay, I'm going to log on to Canvas. I'm going to try to follow my schedule the best I can, and I'm going to be working during school hours. Thursday, I'm going back to being live or synchronous with my teachers and meeting on those Zooms following the schedule. And Friday, I'm back to independent learning on my own in Canvas during school hours. Okay, now let's go over B-Day student schedule. Last names with L through Z. Any students, once again, Monday, all students are asynchronous or you're independent learning, working your way through your Canvas courses and completing your learning or your assignments. Tuesday, you are also going to be independent learning again if you're a B-Day student. So you're going to be working on Canvas independently throughout the school day. Now on Wednesdays, you are synchronous or you are doing live Zooms with your teachers throughout the day following the schedule. Thursdays for B-Day students, back to independent learning in Canvas during the school day. And Fridays, you are now back to synchronous or live lessons with your teacher throughout your schedule. So let's go over the schedule. Let's go over that schedule, all right? So here's a schedule overview. You are going to have, first of all, two lunch groups. It's kind of confusing because we have A and B day students and we have A and B day lunch shifts, or A and B lunch shifts, I'm sorry. Your lunch shift depends upon what your fourth period teacher has. So ignore what your schedule says. I know that's confusing, but you need to ask your fourth hour teacher, am I A lunch or am I B lunch? And that will determine, am I going to follow this A lunch schedule or B lunch schedule? These schedules are for both A day students and B day students. Okay, so I could be an A day student with an A lunch, and I can be an A day student with a B lunch. Okay, so it's kind of confusing. But what you're going to do is you are still going to follow this schedule. So if I am on my live Zoom days, I know by first hour I've got to be logged on and in my class by 8:24. So you probably want to get on a little bit early to make sure you're not having technical difficulties and you're not going to be tardy. Okay, so from 8:24 to 9:08, I'm going to first hour. I'm going to have about a 6-minute break, and then from 9:14 to 9:54, I'm going to be in second, 10 o'clock to 10:40, and third. If I am A lunch, I am now going to have a lunch break from 10:40 to 11:10, and then I'm going to be in fourth hour by 11:16. Fifth hour will start at 12:04, sixth hour will start at 12:50, and seventh hour will start at 1:36 with the date ending at 2:17. Teachers will then have like office hours from 2:17 to 3:30, so that would be a great time to be emailing and checking in with your teachers. B lunch group Same first 3 periods, but after third hour, if you have B lunch, you're going to then go to your fourth hour at 10:46, and then you will have your B lunch break from 11:27 to 11:57, and then 5th, 6th, and 7th hour sync back up like the A lunch schedule as well. Now, parents, you may see your student on their live Zoom days. Let's say in first hour, they're out at 9 o'clock. Sometimes that may happen, and that's okay. The teacher may have gave them the direct instruction and then gave them an assignment to go work individually, and you may occasionally see that they are not in their Zoom up to that time that it says on the schedule. If you ever have questions about that, feel free to reach out to the teacher to verify that if the student is supposed to be in that long or not. Okay, so let's talk about independent learning days. What do I do? We got a lot of confusion sometimes on this, but first thing, like I always said, check that school email account. Log into your Canvas by 8:24 and click on your first hour class. You're going to view the home page to see if there's any directions or announcements regarding what you need to do for that day. If the teacher has buttons, which we're going to talk about in a moment, click through the necessary buttons like announcements, calendar, discussion, modules. If the teacher does not have buttons, click through the following areas that are located in your Canvas already built in: announcements, modules, discussions, assignments. And like I said, we'll go over kind of that layout in a moment. Here's an example of a teacher's page, Mr. Allen's, that has buttons, okay? So if I am on my independent learning day, it's 8:24, I'm going to my first hour teacher's class, and I'm going to click around. Notice Mr. Allen gave you very clear directions that you're going to begin with announcements. So I'd click on the announcements button, read in the announcement section what I need to do. I also then recommend, to make sure that you're not missing anything, to just do a quick skim of each section. So schedule, obviously this is if you need help. Syllabus, calendar is really helpful. Remember, we went over the calendar and it's going to tell you what you need to do each day. Okay, so once again, you can click on any of these. Discussions, modules. I'd like to suggest to click through all of these to make sure you're not missing anything. Get your work done, and then you're going to move to your second hour class when you're done. Now, what if I get done with my first hour and it's not 9:08 yet? Can I move on to my second hour? Of course you can. Okay, but you have to be working within the school day. You cannot wait till 4:30 to start working because you will be counted absent. Okay, if you are not clicking on all of your courses on your independent learning days and working an appropriate amount of time to get your work done, you will be counted as absent. So it's got to be between that 8:24 to 2:17 time frame. Here's another example of a page. And it doesn't have the buttons, but it's got all of these other over here, and it's got a lot of instructions, the class schedule here. So this would be another example. Read what's down here in the middle of the home page, and then you can go through to make sure you didn't miss anything on your independent learning days. Click through all of these just to make sure, especially focusing on the assignments, announcements, discussions, etc. To-do list, check that out, okay? And then if you scroll down on this page, you can also see a nice little course summary that tells you the date and when it's due, the date and when it's due. So check out all of those things that your teachers have set up for you to help you on this page. Just be very thorough so you don't miss anything. And remember, if you're keeping a planner, write these things down as you see them to help keep you organized. Okay, let's talk about submitting assignments. Submitting assignments, okay? So if I have an assignment and I've clicked on my assignment, and this is my instruction, this is where it kind of gets confusing. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click submit assignment, even though I haven't done it. So that almost seems backwards, right? You usually think, I'm going to wait till I'm done to submit my assignment. I'm actually going to click submit assignment first, okay? This one says, please watch the video, then practice and label willing participant, photograph or video your work and submit it. So I'm going to be submitting a file, either a picture or a video for this assignment. So I click submit assignment, and this is what pops up, okay? This is where I'm going to choose my picture and attach it, and then I'm going to click submit again, okay? If I want to go back and check that it's submitted, I could look at the calendar and see if it got crossed off for that particular assignment. So that's how you submit an assignment. So if I am independent learning, I'm going to be in that first hour class by 8:24. I'm going to work until I finish my work, and then I'm going to move on to my second. Same thing. I'm going to go through all of those buttons, make sure I didn't miss anything, work through, submit my assignment, write down anything in my planner, go to my next one, etc. until I'm done with 1st through 7th hour work. Don't just click on it and then move on. Click on it and move on. You will not be counted as present. You've got to spend enough time to complete the work that has been assigned for you that day. Okay, now what do we do on live or synchronous Zoom days? You're going to check your school email account and then log into Canvas by 8:15. Once again, if you have technical difficulties, we understand that. But if you prepare ahead of time, we can avoid you being late for your first hour class by 8:24. So you're going to go into your Canvas course, okay? So log in by 8:15, go to your Canvas again, locate your Zoom link for that class, okay? Maybe your teachers share the Zoom link through email or Google Classroom, etc. But make sure you start with your Canvas. And if you cannot find the Zoom link, email your teacher. They will tell you where it is, okay? So you're going to click on the Zoom link and join on time with your full first and last name. If you do not have your full first and last name, you probably will not be let into the Zoom class. It's got to be your full first and last name. But I don't know how to log into Zoom. Okay, here's the good thing. Most of the time, if you are logged in already with your school email address, it's going to take you straight there, okay? But we'll talk about that in a moment. Here's an example of a teacher's web page or Canvas page or Canvas course. You can see I would go to this class, live lessons, boom. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to be in my teacher's Zoom. All right. You may also need to find, it may not be a button, but it may say Zoom link, and then there's a link there that you click on. So you're going to look for either one of those. How do you log into Zoom? When you click onto the Zoom link, it should either automatically pull up your live Zoom, or if it prompts you to log in, choose log in with Google. Make sure you pick log in with Google. You're going to log in once again using your school issued email address and login address. Once again, please call the school at 525-3080 if you need that information. So there's an example of what would maybe pop up if you're not logged in. You're going to click sign in with Google, and that's where you will input it. Don't click any of these other things or try to do it up here. Sign in with Google if it does not take you straight to Zoom. Okay, then you're going to follow the remaining classes. This one you are more stuck to this schedule, okay? You've got to be in second hour by 9:14. You've got to be in third hour by 10 o'clock, okay? There's no like ending early and then trying to start the next class early. You've got to be there on time. All right, guys, that is it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, please reach out to your teachers. Please be communicating. Please reach out to the school at that phone number once again, and then, or your assistant principal. 9th grade is Mr. Williams. 10th grade is Miss Vogt. 11th grade is Mr. Caton, and 12th grade is Mr. Barham. I hope you guys have a great day and finish out this first quarter strong. Have a great day. Thank you.